Hello and welcome to Blood Red Live here on the Blood Red Channel's YouTube page, as the 30-year wait could be less than 45 minutes from ending. Chelsea 1-0 up against Man City at Stamford Bridge, and as our mathematics tells us, that would be enough for Liverpool to secure their first Premier League title, their 19th English League title in total. I'm Guy Clarke. Along with me through this half-time break as we get ready for the second half at Stamford Bridge, Theo, Squires, Christian, Walsh and Matt Addison. And gentlemen, it could be unfolding before our very eyes tonight.
Yeah, it's close, isn't it? It finally feels real. I think I must be an exception to most Liverpool fans, as I don't feel nervous about this one. I was excited throughout the day, but I didn't feel nervous going into it because it's just another game. It doesn't matter if City win tonight because Liverpool will win the title at some point in the next week. But now we're at half-time. Chelsea are winning. It's here. They're about to do it. Even if the game does turn on its head, Liverpool are so close now, and a 30-year wait is about to be over. And I'm shaking a bit now. It's just sunk in.
It was some of the lads before the game, and I'm 33 years of age, and I will look a lot older, but I am only 33. And 3 years old the last time Liverpool lifted the league title, and I've only ever seen Liverpool potentially win the league on 2 days, and that was the last day of the 2014 against Newcastle, and obviously last season the 2018-19 against Wolves. So this is only the third time. This is almost a complete anomaly as it is. And Liverpool don't have to do it now, but it would just be really, really nice. I was a little bit like Theo. I was all right, a little bit warm in my flat, but I was okay. I was coping. And when Pulisic puts that goal in, then I just hit the roof. It's sinking in now. I even sort of wondered, do we want to win this when Liverpool aren't playing? But the reaction when Pulisic scored tells me sort of internally, yes, very much so. I think now is the time.
It sort of feels really, really strange, doesn't it? It almost doesn't feel real. It's like this watching this sort of thing unfold in the circumstances that we're watching in, with no fans and that sort of thing, and normality not being quite right. And it's not obviously the normal thing for Liverpool to win a league title. So yeah, it's going to be a real strange 45 minutes, I think. And look, whatever happens, we know what's going to happen at the end of the season. Liverpool are going to be champions, but just the way in which it unfolds is going to be fascinating.
No, and there has been that school of thought. Obviously, City win tonight, it would go to Etihad. It would be that the challenge taking the title from the reigning champions. But it doesn't look, Theo, like they're going to get a chance to be reigning champions, and there could well be that guard of honour. It's the first opportunity, really, Liverpool. Well, it is the first opportunity Liverpool have had to secure this title, and even without playing, as you say, I think people beginning to grasp and really want the occasion to actually happen immediately, rather than stretch it out and have any wait.
Yeah, I know we've said in the past, it would have been nice if Liverpool had that moment of clinching it themselves. But when we think of that moment, you think of Aguero, don't you, for Man City, that first one, I think in 2012. But can you tell any Leicester City fans that title doesn't mean as much because they didn't win it themselves? It doesn't matter how they do it, as long as they do it. And we've known since Christmas that Liverpool are going to do it. So the fact it's been a 6-month wait and now you're that close to it, it's just brilliant. And Liverpool, the whole season, it's been a way of how they've been so good, and it's a tribute to that success. It isn't going to be one-off game that's going to show them this is why they're champions. It's the whole season. It'd be easy to make excuses and say City have lost it this year because they've had defensive issues, lost some games, but that would only be a fitting narrative if Liverpool hadn't only lost one game, if they hadn't won every other game but like 2. They've been so dominant that it's fair, I think, that they don't get that moment, because it shouldn't be about a one-off game. It should be about the entire campaign, about the entire season, and that is what we are currently seeing before our eyes.
We'll never have the Origi moments. Sorry, Guy, I was just saying we'll never have the Origi moments. Liverpool have been winning this Premier League for the past, 10 months. Aston Villa, Leicester at home, Leicester away, Manchester United at home, Man City at home. All of these games, Liverpool have been winning the Premier League week in, week out. And, you will never get necessarily that moment, that Aguero moment, as Theo says. But it's because it's been this long process where every week has been pretty, spectacular watching this football team.
Yeah, Kristian, I was going to say to you, though, before the game, Pep Guardiola said he wasn't going to name his strong given a few kids ago. But obviously Sergio Aguero's injured, and bar him, Manchester City do look pretty much at full strength. To me, it's just that pressure, that relentlessness that Liverpool put on throughout the course of the season, just telling once more, because City have, I don't know if choke's the right word, but they have coughed up points in certain games where you wouldn't always expect them to through the course of the season.
I think it'd almost be fitting if this was the game that ended it, because I think it would reflect how the season has gone. Liverpool have raised the bar, and Manchester City just haven't been able to reach it this campaign. Last season we saw that it was Man City who raised the bar. Liverpool did their absolute utmost to reach it, and sort of fell 1 point short. It's been a little this season. Have been from day one, winning 4-1 on the first night of the season against Norwich, and what we're seeing now is what City have sort of had to deal with throughout. Every time there's a glimmer of hope, or every time they feel like Liverpool, a tough away fixture, or they've sort of got a little bit of an injury problem, or they're going to Qatar and surely they're going to be tired for the game against Leicester City on Boxing Day. Doesn't happen. And likewise, the nil against Everton, nobody really, seriously thought Liverpool wouldn't win the league after that. But, Man City came out of the traps flying against Arsenal, then hammered Burnley the night after the Merseyside derby. And he must have thought, well, you know what, if Liverpool don't take all 3 points against Crystal Palace, sort of we'll keep this going for as long as we can. Liverpool just swatted Palace away with one of the most controlled performances of Jurgen Klopp's reign. So I almost feel like this would be a telling end, if you will, because it's just Liverpool setting that bar and Man City just not being able to reach it.
Is another telling thing then, Matt, that it's Christian Pulisic who's got the goal that separates the two sides? A man, of course, since Jurgen Klopp came to the club, so long linked with a move to Liverpool. He's gone to Chelsea, obviously worked briefly under Klopp in Dortmund, and he's the guy who has got the goal that at the moment is sending the title to Anfield.
Yeah, it was a strange goal as well, wasn't it? It's not something we've come to sort of see with Manchester City too often, the sort of defensive mistake. But yeah, as you say, I think Christian Pulisic was the subject of an £11 million bid from Liverpool at one stage about 4 years ago. So it is sort of strange situation to see him playing for Chelsea, and a player that's got a close relationship with Jurgen Klopp as well. I know that the player, and Jurgen Klopp himself, they are very friendly with each other and sort of have followed each other's career. So yeah, it's again, I suppose it is another sort of fitting thing that could happen, but yeah, there's still 45 minutes to go, and Manchester City are a fantastic football team. The fact that Liverpool are so many points ahead of them, doesn't tell the whole story. Obviously, we know Liverpool are fantastic, but Manchester City are too. So yeah, there's still a long way to go in the game, but certainly if City continue to defend as they have done at times in that first half, then yeah, it certainly looks like it will only go one way.
Yeah, we don't want to count our chickens. There is 45 minutes still to play. Martin O'Neill joining us on YouTube saying strutting into Manchester as champions next week will be beautiful. And I suppose, Theo, it really is everything onto Man City now, because they know that a draw, of course, won't be enough. That would still see the title go to Anfield. They will have to come out in this second half and get at least 2 goals.
Yeah, but there's a strange approach from Manchester City, because they know that they've been losing this title for months now. And it's an awkward one without Sergio Aguero, when they've got Gabriel Jesus on the bench, when they're playing with this false 9. It's almost as though they're trying to be Liverpool in the way that, oh, fine, we don't have this focal point at front, we'll rely on the wingers. But City don't really play that way. So it's going to be strange for them. It's like, if you're going to go for the game and try and delay the inevitable, you'd have to put Jesus on, well, now pretty much, and try and get something back from the game. But then they've still got the FA Cup to focus on. They've still got the Champions League to focus on. It's not as though they are going to claw back this big points deficit. So it's just going to be seeing out the game for them, trying not to get embarrassed. And if they have to face Liverpool and the title's decided, then it's just denying it for another week. There isn't much really riding on it for them.
Yeah, well, second half about to start at Stamford Bridge then. So we'll wrap things up quickly here on this edition of Blood Red Live here on the YouTube page. We'll be back with you at full time to react to whatever does happen. Kristian and Theo, before we go quickly, how nervous are you going to be through the course of these next 45 minutes?
I don't know. I might be all right. I'm about 2 gins deep, to be honest, guys. So we'll see how I am at full time.
Yeah, no, I saw Sean Bradbury tweeted about 10 minutes ago to say that the next 45 minutes are going to feel like the last 30 years. And yeah, it's going to be a long half, I think.
I'm fine. We've been waiting an extra for this. What more than another 40 minutes? It's going to at some point. We can just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll head over to the Echoes Live blog then through the course of the evening. There will, of course, be news, views and reaction over there. As I say, we'll be on the Blood Red channel later on in the evening when, fingers crossed, Liverpool could just have ended that 30-year wait for a league title. From myself, Guy Clarke, Theo, Squires, Christian Walsh and Matt Addison, thanks for your time and your company. We'll catch you in a bit.